Welcome back to Edinburgh Fest Live. Yay! Now, don't forget, you can tweet us throughout the show. It's at @edfest_live. Just head over to Twitter. Just do a little 140 characters and click send. Why not? You can also check us out on the website, www.sbctv.co.uk. And don't forget, if you want to watch hours of excellent interviews, the very best that the Fringe has to offer, you can head over to YouTube and search SBC Edinburgh Fest Live. Now, Hairy Mary, oh my goodness, is coming up very shortly with her very special chocolate chip cookies, possibly with a slightly disgusting twist. I'm very excited. But first of all, my next guest was nominated in the 2014 Fringe. This year, her show is called Decision Time. Please welcome Juliette Burton. Woo! Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Now, so your show last year, or 2 years ago, was nominated, went down incredibly well. Tell us a little bit about that, if people didn't hear about it.
Well, my last show, actually last year, sold out every single day. I had a sold-out run in 2015, and the previous year, it was nominated, won a couple of awards as well, which is lovely. And it was a docu-comedy. That's the word we've created.
Okay.
Documentary mixed with comedy, because it's really only for intelligent comedy lovers, which we have so many here in Edinburgh, don't we? Really, we've got the most intelligent comedy fans in the entire world, really here.
Yeah. I do a science show, and my show was full of PhD students the other day, which
Amazing.
is intimidatingly intelligent. I think.
Did they kind of dissect the show afterwards and analyse it?
Yeah, they gave me further reading, which was useful.
That's what you want when you're a comedian, isn't it? Here's some homework for you. So it's I tend
3 amazing years.
Yeah, and then the year before that, I was also at the Gilded Balloon. So that was my first solo show. Before that, I was in a comedy duo. The last year's show earlier this year, time traveling all over the place, went over to Australia and New Zealand. Had some sold out shows out there as well. A lot nicer weather, gotta say.
Sorry, we can't do anything about that.
That's all right, but we've still got the most amazing people here, and I've sold out every single show so far, which is
amazing,
just wonderful, just lovely. Like, Edinburgh's just brilliant, and you get all these wonderful people up here. You get the loveliest cross sections, so it's going really well. Loving this year, having a great time.
So tell us a little bit about this year's show.
Sure. It's another docu-comedy, because I like the word, and it's called Decision Time. So it is all about whether one choice can change your life. And that's because I have a very big decision to make in my life right now. It's a huge one of the big life choices. And I'm freaking out about it. And I'm terrible at making even little decisions, like deciding what to wear in the morning or what to eat, get me completely stressed. So I thought the most sensible thing was to write a comedy show about it. That's how I deal with most things in my life. The last show was all about my body dysmorphic disorder and how I struggled with my own perception of myself. And I didn't know how to deal with that. Wrote a comedy show. I'm not saying it's a cure. It's definitely not a cure, but it certainly is a process. And then with the decision making, again, it's definitely not procrastination. It's not putting off making the decision.
No.
It's just doing a comedy show. It's so much fun.
So is comedy kind of a bit of therapy for you then?
I always say that it's not the same as therapy. If you need therapy, see a therapist. That's the most important thing. But it's a part of something very cathartic. I love getting on stage and just dealing with stuff in a funny way, and hearing people laugh is a sign of recognition. So it's like a big bunch of friends who happen to understand what it is that you're struggling with or going through. So it is. I would never say it is therapy, but I would say that it's a part of the process, definitely.
So where can we come and see your show?
4:30 at the Gilded Balloon, every day at those places and that time.
Very good. Juliette Burton. Thank you. Now, fans of the Great British Bake Off will be very excited about our next segment. It's the very marvellous Hairy Mary. There she is. Oh, Mary, you all right?
Oh, it's my radio mic set to vibrate, I think. It's down off my tights. Hello, Samantha.
Hello. What have you got cooking for us today?
So I'll need some help from a volunteer from the audience. Can we get someone to to step forward and help? Is someone there? Oh, yes, look, it's very attractive, yes. Lovely. Let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What's your name, my dear?
Alex.
Alex?
Alex.
Alex, that's a man's name, is it not?
No, it's a woman's name.
It's a woman's name, so you are a woman.
Yes.
Yes, like me, yes. And what do you do for a living?
Accounting.
Accounting?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. How dull. Anyway, some baking may brighten up your life. So, yesterday we made chicken. Do you like chicken?
I'm vegetarian, actually.
Oh, you're going to love this then. Yes, super. We're not doing chicken today. Today we're going to make chocolate chip cookies with white chocolate chips, but we're going to use brown chocolate chips to make them. And then they will turn white through the magic of the cooking, you see. So the first thing we need to do, you could hold this bowl for me. In fact, let's get the safety glasses on there. Alexander, that's it. And we'd better protect you from some of the mess. So let's tuck a little bib in there for you, shall we? Yes. So we don't want to humiliate you in any way. It's lovely, isn't it? Now, we're going to put such a hold the bowl. You manage that, my dear? Yes, yes. Now, you could count all the little grains of flour as they're going in because you do accounting, couldn't you? Yes, it's not an attractive job for a girl, I have to say. You should do something else, like nursing or being an air hostess or a television cook. It's far more appealing to members of the opposite sex. You giggle all the time. You embarrassed?
No.
No? Good, good. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You are who you are. So we put some flour in, like so, and then we're going to add an egg. Now, usually when we hard-boil an egg, we cut the top off it, and then we can do that. It's a quick way to get an egg into the bowl is like this, you see. And that provides some handy fibre. You're not vegan, are you?
No.
No, good, good, good. Lovely. It's delicious, yes. So if you could mix that up a little, like so. Can you manage that? Yes. And we're going to add some milk in. We need some milk for a good base for the cookies. Not too much, not too much. Just stir that until it goes nice and stiff. That's it. And then stir it very gently until it goes soft. Soft, yes. That's it. Lovely. A little bit more milk there. Oh, that's turning into a wonderful mess. A little bit more, maybe? Yes. Super. Okay. Now we're going to add some other ingredients to give it a little bit of zing. As always, a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, pepper, and some salt in there as well. Let's speed this all up now. A little bit of Marmite, lovely, a little dollop of that. Mix that in, thank you so much. And some angel dust, of course, my signature ingredient. There we go. A little splash of wine. Oh, that's lovely, David. Where did you buy that? I'll have the rest of that sent up to my dressing room later. Yes, and then... what else we want? Yes. How's that coming on? That looks very nice, yes. Now we're going to add the chocolate chips. There's a special, that's a very firm base for the cookies there. It has to be firm because we want to cook most of the moisture out of them and just leave them just slightly moist when we bite into them. So, if you could take the chocolate, like so. What we do is, look, I'll give you a piece. Let's take a piece of chocolate, stick it in your mouth, that's it. Like so, okay? We want very fine chocolate chips like this. No, finer than that. If you chew them up nice and fine, it's look. Delicious. Come on, we haven't got all day. My psychiatrist tells me I have anger issues, you know, and you wouldn't want to bring out the wrong side of me, I tell you that, gal. That would be a mistake. Yes, it would be. We'll be on a very short fuse today, Samantha. You know that? Very short fuse. You know, they cancelled my Tinder account, which is why I had my radio mic set to vibrate. Now, if you could take that. Now, what we want to do... stuck in between my plate. If you could hold the baking tray for me. Put that down. What do you do with a spoon? We want to create 5 large cookies on the tray. All right, so what we're going to do is, in my spoon back, we want them perfectly round. So there's an easy way to do this. We just... That's 1. 2. And the chocolate chips you can see are mixed in beautifully. This is quite delicious. I wish you could smell it. Now, let's now finish that off. If you could open this tin of pilchards for me, that would be most useful. Right? So that's 3 of the cookies already created. Would you like a go, Samantha? Like so. And one more for luck. Marvellous. So they're all ready to go in the oven. Near enough. Right. Another one there. Excellent. Now the pilchards. Now we've used pilchards in baking recipes before. Of course, we don't want the sauce, so we're going to pour them into a bowl, like so. There we go. And then we want 5 pieces of pilchard, one for each cookie. We want to lick the sauce off like this. And in the oven it goes, right, like that. Now, obviously, we don't have time to bake them. We want to put them in the oven at gas mark 12 for about 25 minutes, and they should work out beautifully. See, some of them need to be separated. Would you mind separating them? You would, wouldn't you, as a vegetarian? And then we want to put them in the oven, yes, and the finishing touch, of course, is to add some cherries. There are the finished cookies there, and don't they look delicious, don't they? Just add some cherries. We want them to stick, so we glaze them just by popping them on like that. That didn't quite work. The pilchard juice, of course, was very useful for applying the cherries to the finished cookies. And there they are, delicious cookies in less than 5 minutes.
Harry Mary!
Well.
That was Harry Mary with her chocolate chip cookies and some images that will never leave my mind. We'll be back after the break with news from Suze and an interview with Stuart Mitchell. See you soon.